Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel, and we're back for another video discussing Naughty Dog and their brand new IP, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Well, why am I making a new video? 2 weeks ago, I pretty much gave you guys kind of the rundown on some of the recent stuff we've heard about the game, some interviews, job postings, etc. Well, we've gotten a brand new announcement at a major event, and we expected this. I talked about this in the last video. A state of play, which I expected to be announced, was just confirmed a couple days ago. Now, what's different about this compared to past state of plays? Well, this is over an hour long. It is announced 2 weeks in advance. It is being shown in theaters. It is featuring Wolverine, which is to be expected, but there is so much other time in 60 plus minutes that is going to be thrown into this. And let's be honest, other than Wolverine, Intergalactic, and a couple other games, there's not really much on PlayStation's plate. So you would think that this is finally the time that Naughty Dog will open their mouths and finally start to show more of this deepest gameplay in their history, most expensive, most expansive game. I think we're looking very positive on that outlook now, finally. Well, in today's video, guys, I'm going to be discussing the latest on the game and discuss the probability that we might see it in less than 2 weeks at that state of play, or in 2 weeks at the Summer Game Fest. We've got a lot of stuff on the way, and it's going to be a very exciting time. Of course, I have to keep my expectations in check because I've had expectations of this game being at events before, and we know how that's gone. It's got to be sooner than later at this point. Once Wolverine is done, this is next up on plate for PlayStation and Sony. It's time to start getting this game out. Start trying to reveal some more stuff. Show us some gameplay. Show us the world. We've only seen 4 minutes, and a majority of the sentiment online is negative. You want to change that narrative? You start showing us some stuff. All right, we're gonna get straight into this. Thank you for the support so much on my last video. We're gonna talk a little bit about that and cover mostly all the new stuff in this. So make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more content covering this game. Let's go for 1,500 likes on this video. Make sure to join the 30% of people that are subscribed by hitting the subscribe button, notification bell, headset to all. Join over the 103,000 people that have all notifications turned on for the channel by hitting the all notification bell. Sure, go follow me on my social media down below to stay connected with us, and let's get into it. Alright, State of Play returns on June 2nd. The over hour-long show includes an extended look at Marvel's Wolverine, plus news and updates on upcoming PS5 games. And also, to add to the bottom of this, want to watch State of Play in a theater? Alamo Draft House in the US is hosting special live viewings on June 2nd at select locations. Full details, including locations. Alright, so you have an over 60-minute state of play that is being shown in theaters. This is giving PlayStation Showcase, PlayStation Major Event. It's giving E3 PlayStation. I don't think you would show something in theaters if you weren't certain that this is going to be packed to the brim with great content. Not just Wolverine, because they've done stuff like showcase one of their new games, but this is seeming like it's going to be showing a lot if they're going to be showing this in theaters. So it is going to be on June 2nd at 2 p.m. PT, 5 p.m. EST, 11 p.m. CEST, and 6 a.m. JST, which would be on the 3rd. So you have to think about this. Wolverine is the major focus, which makes sense. That game is coming out in September, and Insomniac, remember, had promised a major look at it / update this spring, which is going to happen now. But 60 minutes of news and announcement for games coming to PS5. We know Intergalactic is a PS5 title. So State of Play returns Tuesday, June 2nd with more than 60 minutes of updates, announcements, and gameplay reveals from top studios around the world. And I believe Naughty Dog would fall in that category. To kick things off, you'll get a closer look at Marvel's Wolverine. Insomniac Games will share more from its upcoming third-person action-adventure game, showing off Logan's brutal and relentless combat, along with some new details. This all-new take on the comic book legend launches on PS5 September 15th. So they're starting off with that. It's probably going to be like 20 minutes, be the main highlight of the show, but then you've got another 40, 50, 60 plus minutes that you're going to need to throw in other stuff. Listen, Intergalactic obviously isn't going to be the main premise of this show, but I think you're setting it up. You're doing what Soros did. You're going to introduce it. Wolverine did the same thing. You're going to introduce it again at this show, showcase maybe a little bit more of it, and maybe set up a later State of Play, maybe September, October-ish, and get more in that. But I think, I don't know, maybe you'll reveal a release date. Maybe you'll just show a new trailer. Maybe you'll show a little gameplay. I'm thinking we're going to get something of that sort. So the State of Play broadcast will be on Twitch and YouTube, and will be in English with Japanese subtitles also available. The Draft House theater viewings. It's that we're excited to be partnering with our friends at Alamo Draft House in the United States to host special live watch party viewings of the State of Play stream on June 2nd. Tickets will be free but limited, so head over to this Alamo Draft House website to learn how to grab a ticket at one of the locations below. You'll be able to claim yours starting today at 6 a.m. PT. Fortunately, I don't live really near any of these locations, so I will not be able to go. But if you guys end up going, let me know. I will be live streaming this myself because I feel like this is going to be a heck of a State of Play, and I think you guys aren't going to want to miss my reaction. So I'll link my State of Play live viewing. It's already scheduled. Link down below in the description where you guys can go check that out. So it's going to be in Raleigh, Los Angeles, San Francisco Bay Area, Chicago, Dallas/Fort Worth, and New York City. That's the State of Play. It's gonna be a massive one, and I think Intergalactic's got a pretty good chance of showing up. So then we have this article: Marvel's Wolverine, God of War spinoff aren't the only exclusives at State of Play. Now this is a rumor, but I want to talk about this. Could Intergalactic resurface on June 2nd? Time will tell, but insider Nate the Hate, we've talked about before, claims appearances from other first-party titles. While Sony has confirmed that its upcoming State of Play on June 2nd will include a closer look at Insomniac Games' Marvel Wolverine. According to known leaker Nate the Hate, this showcase will also feature other PS5 exclusives. Unfortunately, he didn't provide too many details about which exclusives will be included, simply replying yes to a fan asking if other exclusives will be showcased at the event, on whether it will include only Marvel's Wolverine and rumored God of War spinoff. Which, as you can see here, yo Nate, do you think we'll see other exclusives coming State of Play, or just the new God of War and Wolverine? He just said yes. Now, my assumption is that Intergalactic is going to show up here. And if it doesn't, we're going to see it in the fall. It's going to be one of these two dates. And if they don't, this game is not coming out in 2027. I am going to stick to that. Naughty Dog, you've been quiet for far too long again, and I think it is a perfect time. The summer, you can eat. Doesn't have to be something major. Just a little look at the game, and maybe you point to something bigger in the future, maybe in the fall. I think you need to get the game out to some more people, because again, as I've said, the majority of the sentiment online is negative. If you want to change that, you need to start getting some stuff out so people can get excited about this game and not continue to dwell on a 4-minute trailer that seems like everyone and their mother is complaining about. If it does not show up at that State of Play, there is also the Summer Game Fest, where PlayStation is a partner. Naughty Dog has shown up at the Summer Game Fest before. Remember, the last time we'd seen them at it, I believe, was the Last of Us multiplayer, Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer showcase. They showed stuff with the show and a couple other things where Neil was there. If Intergalactic is shown at the State of Play, maybe they show a little thing in it and then they show more at this Summer Game Fest. And if not, now I wouldn't see why they would skip a State of Play and show up at the Summer Game Fest. So if it is not at the State of Play, I would say it's even less likely to show up at the Summer Game Fest. But definitely I would say it has a chance because Naughty Dog showed up there before and that PlayStation is a partner. This is on Friday, June 5th, which is 2 weeks from today at the time of this upload. So those are the two major events. Now, let's hypothetically say it doesn't show up. Then we'd be probably looking at a potential fall State of Play, which would probably be around September. That would be my assumption. What would happen, maybe Gamescom, somewhere around that range, I would definitely look for a potential update. Now, recently there was a clip that popped up of Kumali Nanjiani, who plays Colin Graves in Intergalactic, talking about the game. Now, he had recently stated, this was again in December of 2025, that it's really, really good, but the game is still a few years out. Now, obviously, I interpret this as, okay, well, 1, 2, couple years, so I'm thinking later 2027, but take a listen to this clip.
Now, I'm always playing video games, you know. I've played them my entire life. It's always been like movies and video games have been my passions. I actually acted in a few video games and I realized, like, I was like, oh, this is not for me. Although I did do another one that's going to come out in a couple of years now, a Naughty Dog one that's going to be really, really good.
Okay.
Now, you said a Naughty Dog one, couple years, really, really good. My assumption is that he's finished all his work with the game. Maybe he's just misinformed about when he says a couple years, because let's be honest, barring a major delay again, I think this game is coming out next year. I'm pretty certain of that. PlayStation reportedly tells developers that it is returning to console exclusives for single player games. As we know, PlayStation had started this whole, live service, getting games out on PC and PlayStation. It's over. They're going back. Only on PlayStation is back, and in my opinion, this is the right decision. Not that I don't want you PC players to play these games. I just think, at least for the foreseeable future, you need to promote your games as PlayStation first, and then go from there. So PlayStation seems to be waving the white flag on its PC strategy, at least when it comes to single-player games. Earlier this year, Bloomberg reported the PlayStation was backing down from releasing future first-party titles on PC. There was still some ambiguity about how hard and fast those rules would be. As one example, Star Wars developer Housemarque dodged the question if the game would ever come to PC in an interview with Game Informer in the lead up to the game's PS5 release. Now things seem to be more concrete. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reported that during a company town hall meeting this week, PlayStation Studio Business CEO Herman Hulse affirmed that the first-party narrative-driven single-player games will now be console exclusive for PlayStation. That means you shouldn't expect Ghost of Yotei, Saros, Intergalactic, Heretic Prophet, or Marvel's Wolverine to come to PC. If you want to play those games, you should expect to buy a PS5. With that said, Hulse really calling out single-player games is interesting. That may mean multiplayer-centric games like in development fair games will come to PC, something that would be wise given the immense success of Helldivers 2 on PC. Another guy, Reese. Again, I've seen some of his interviews. Shout out to him. He's likes some of my posts and watches the channel. Over the last month, I have chatted with a number of former Naughty Dog devs about doing a review panel with them for Intergalactic in 2027 after it releases. They are super keen. Interesting that he says it's 2027 when we talk to Naughty Dog devs. Another hinting thing I think that the game is releasing next year. Troy Baker recently had some comments about Intergalactic and about how it's the most ambitious project, as I just mentioned earlier. So let's just take a listen to this interview.
But happily, yeah, there are some things.
Looking forward to those. And Judas, Intergalactic. I know you cannot share details about the games proper, but perhaps how you feel about them, what are your expectations, how involved are you in those projects we're looking forward to playing as a step?
I mean, neither Ken Levine nor Neil Druckmann need my help making those games. I will say that this applies to both of them. It is the most ambitious thing that either of them have ever done. I asked Ken Levine one time, I was like, is this your magnum opus? He goes, wow. It better be. Every game that I work on should be my magnum opus. This may be the last thing that I do. Both he and Neil and everyone at their studios respectively are throwing their full weight behind both of those projects.
As we've said, they've called it the magnum opus, that it's going to be their biggest, brightest thing. You don't know if this will be the last thing. That's what Neil's kind of hinted in some of his interviews, that he doesn't know how many more of these projects he has left in him, so he's going all out on this, acting like it is, quote-unquote, your last project, because we never know what's going to happen. But again, another interview where Troy sounds super excited about the project. Now we have a new clip of Tati Gabrielle discussing the game. Let's play here for you guys.
What was it like working with Neil Druckmann on Intergalactic? Neil Druckmann is one of my favorite people in the world. He's an incredible director and he cares about his characters so much. And I think what's going to set Intergalactic apart is it's seeing Naughty Dog in a new way. They've challenged themselves to really create a brilliant world that is outside of our own. And I can't wait for fans to play it.
So you want to know another good sign that Intergalactic is coming soon, guys? Well, quality assurance is basically kind of like the final steps in a game's development. There right now are 5 openings of quality assurance at Naughty Dog. And again, they describe no game is possible without a talented QA team. From debugging to dev support, use your skills and passion to leave an incredible mark on every part of every Naughty Dog game. Whether you're a seasoned QA veteran or looking to get better understanding all the pieces that make a video game, one step closer to joining a skill and passion team that make every game the best it can be. Again, we have a French one, a German one, an Italian one, a Korean one, and a Japanese one. So when we scroll down, for example, of what this is, you're gonna log, maintain gameplay issues, contact, ad hoc and bug regression, create and execute test plans. Again, you're just basically testing the game and doing a bunch of other stuff. And again, when you have all this stuff, it seems like you're setting up the final pieces of a game's development. All right, guys, so we had a lot to talk about there. I think we could be having a monumental video in a couple weeks talking about the game once it's shown, a new trailer or whatever it's going to be. But guys, do you think Intergalactic Heretic Prophet is going to show up this June at either the State of Play or Summer Game Fest, or do you think it's going to be later in the year, potentially in the fall, at another State of Play? But I would be very excited. I definitely hope to see you guys in 11 days for the brand new State of Play, and in 2 weeks for the Summer Game Fest. You got some big streams with that. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. What do you think of what I said? Are you excited for this game? And what do you want to see when they show this game? Do you want to see gameplay, new look, story, etc.? Let's go for 1,500 likes on this video. Greatly appreciate it. Make sure to go follow me on social media down below to stay connected with us. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. Peace and love, and have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.